Anti-e-tolling activists are optimistic about winning an urgent interdict to stall the launch of the Gauteng e-tolling project. And the DA says the remission of sentences announced by President Jacob Zuma is a slap in the face for crime victims and their families. I'm Richard Brooks. Anti-e-tolling activists are optimistic about winning an urgent interdict to stall the launch of the Gauteng e-tolling project. Judge Bill Prinsloo is due to hand down judgment in the High Court in Pretoria this morning. The opposition to Urban Tolling Alliance wants the court to stop the launch, pending the outcome of a full court review in a few months' time. The Transport Ministry and SANRAL says the postponement of Monday's launch will have severe financial implications. Kusatu says government has agreed to postpone the launch by a month. The opposition to Urban Tolling Alliance says if they win the urgent interdict, it will mean a much longer postponement. Their lawyer, Peter Conradi.
In fact, if the judgment today is in favor of the applicants, it will entail that an interim interdict is granted subject a review, and the review process may take 2 or 3 months. Therefore, if the applicants are successful, then the implementation of e-tolling will be postponed not for 1 month, but for 2 or 3 months.
The DA says the remission of sentences announced by President Jacob Zuma is a slap in the face for crime victims and their families and diminishes the deterrent effect of sentences. Zuma used Freedom Day celebrations to announce the first special remission of sentences he has granted since taking office. Dangerous criminals will be excluded from parole. DA spokesperson James Self says there are more imaginative ways the problem could be addressed. He says community-based sentencing will enable perpetrators to give back to the community. Award-winning musician Johnny Clegg has been recognized for the role he played, bridging the African traditional music with other forms of Western music genres. Last night, President Jacob Zuma bestowed Clegg with the Order of the Ikamanga in silver at the National Awards ceremony held at the Presidential Guest House in Pretoria. Clegg, who is fondly known as the White Zulu, had this to say.
Using, in fact, a Zulu cultural base, mixing music, finding a place where my culture and African culture could have a conversation without politics, in a way. And all of those trials and tribulations that we went through today, for me, it kind of closes that story. It brings that story to an end, and it validates it.
Police in the Northwest have warned against any disregard for the law at the annual South African Music Awards in Sun City. Spokesperson Thulani Ngubane says roadblocks are planned on main routes to Sun City, where people will be requested to produce tickets or invitations to the event. 7,000 guests have been invited. Ngubane explains.
We are not going to allow anyone inside Sun City premises who does not hold a ticket in their hand, especially those coming to participate in the Summer Awards. And in and around the streets that are leading to Sun City, we will be having roadblocks, we will be having all forms of security measures to make sure that we get rid of those people.